Say hi for the camera. Hi. Hi. Trixie loves you. Ooh. He's sleeping. Anyway, hi. Welcome to our reading vlog. This is the Charms Extra Credit Readathon for the Magical Readathon. This is like a mini readathon that's part of the Newts and the Owls, and it's kind of like a, oh, I'm standing in front of my background by the way because I'm about to film, but anyway, I just wanted to quickly go over my TBR for this for you. So this is like a, there's 5 challenges for this little mini week-long readathon, and for every book you read, it will give you an extra day on your Owls to read your Charms book. So I'm being pretty ambitious and I'm hoping to complete all 5 challenges this week. And I'll quickly go through them with you and what I'm reading. So first off, we have Incendio, which is a book with flame or fire in the title. And for that, I'm reading City of Heavenly Fire on audiobook. I'm currently reading this, I'm like halfway through. I did start it earlier in the month, but it's long and huge, so I still feel like it's totally relevant to count. I'm reading this in the lead up to the release of Queen of Air and Darkness, so yes. Then we have Alohomora, which is the first book in a series, and for that I'm reading City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which is a new release, middle grade, following, her main character's name is Cass, I think, and she can talk to the dead, and her parents are ghost hunters, and her parents are taking her to Edinburgh to find some ghosts. This is, yeah, I said middle grade, so it should be quick and easy. It's only just under 300 pages. I've been hearing good things about it, and it's spoopy. I do have a kind of, my TBR for October is like loosely planned out, and it's 80% spoopy books. So whether that's mystery, witchy, ghosty, creepy, atmospheric, spoopy books. So this I picked clearly for that. Then we have Rictum Sempra, a book that tickles you the right way. And for me, that immediately made me think of like cutesy, fluffy contemporaries. So I'm gonna read Kimi ni Todoke from Me to You. This is a manga. I'm trying to get into manga. It looks really cute and I've heard it's great. So this should also be a really quick read. And then for Lumos, a book with a light cover, I'll be reading Blue Exorcist by Kazukato, again volume 1. Another manga, again because it's white, it's a light cover, mostly white, and this should also go by really fast. So the other one was a cute fluffy contemporary. This one has a darker adventure-y gothic kind of manga, but I'm excited. And then finally we have Asio, which is a book that's on the top of your TBR, and this is like the adventure of the week, the big hefty book of the week. I'm going to be reading Muse of Nightmares by Lenny Taylor. Actually, it is currently Monday afternoon, so I have been reading this today. I have also read quite a bit of City of Heavenly Fire today on my commute, but I also read this while I was at work, and I'm going to continue reading this tonight. I'm 86 pages in. This is the sequel to Strange the Dreamer by Lenny Taylor, which I loved, read when it came out. Was that last year? I can't remember. It was gorgeous, loved it. I'm really enjoying this so far. This is like, I think it's technically YA, fantasy, ties into her other series, kind of. It's beautiful. I'm so excited to finish it. I'm loving it. Anyway, I'm gonna go film a bunch of videos, 2 videos, might wrap up on my haul. Now that I'm back in the country, I can actually do that. So I'm gonna quickly film these and then I'll get back into this. Good morning, good morning. Apparently, overnight, I turned into Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It is Tuesday morning. I've just had some toast and I finished my coffee. I have a feeling yesterday was quite sunny, so I think I just got a bit sunburnt. Last night I read about 150 pages all up of Muse of Nightmares, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. I'll definitely be sneaking some reading time in at work today. There's some things I'm doing that are like
visual only, and I can multitask because they're boring, but I just have to do them. So there's opportunities. Poppy seed in my teeth. Whatever. My plan is to have Muse of Nightmares read by Wednesday, and then read a couple of graphic novels Thursday, and then finish City of Ghosts over the weekend. But I guess City of Ghosts should only take me a couple of days because it's middle grade and short, so like theoretically I could probably have an extra day on Muse of Nightmares if I need it, but like it's really good, so I want to read it fast. Do I just be spoilery? Or do I... Yeah, no, I'll stay spoiler free. I was going to share some thoughts, but I won't. I'll share vague thoughts later. Anyway, okay, I better finish getting ready. So, I have done quite a bit of reading today. I was at work all day, then went to yoga. But I did read at work because I just could not put Muse of Nightmares down. Like, no matter how hard I tried, I just could not put it down. So I was doing jobs that I could like read at the same time. So I was doing that, and then went to yoga, got home, cooked dinner. I took Jesse to a doctor's appointment because he had a migraine and couldn't really drive, and then played some Mario Kart. Not Mario Kart, Mario Party, the new Mario Party for Switch. And then came to this work and have been reading here. I read about about a third-ish today. I read about a third-ish yesterday. So hopefully I can finish Muse of Nightmares tomorrow because, oh my god, I'm loving it so much. I'm starting to see all the threads come together, and I just have so many feels, and I'm waiting for my heart to get ripped out of its chest. I'm just waiting in anticipation. Okay, anyway, I'm about to go to sleep. Tomorrow I am at work again all day, and then have a free evening to play Mario Party and read. So, I'm excited. Oh, hi. Good morning. We have a glow. It's Thursday. Holy cow. I'm pretty sure I forgot to update it all yesterday. I couldn't excuse that because I was late to work. I left some things at home, so I had to detour, so I was late to work. So I didn't do good morning. And then I was at work all day, and then went back to my care job for a little bit, like straight after work. And then got home and went like straight out to dinner, and then got home and read, and then went straight to bed and forgot all about vlogging. But what I did do yesterday was finish 2 books for the Readathon. At work I finished listening to my audiobook for City of Heavenly Fire. Choice. I have such mixed feelings about Cassie Clare's third in trilogies. I think Cocoa Princess is the only one I haven't felt this about, but like there are parts of City of Glass and parts of City of Heavenly Fire that I just find so slow and drudgy. And I'm just like, oh, can we get to the point already? But then I love them overall. I don't know. I have a good time overall. Last time I gave this 5 stars. I think I'd really actually give City of Heavenly Fire 4 stars. I don't think it's quite a 5-star material. But I really had a fun time, especially towards the end. I also sped up my audiobook towards the end, and I think that greatly improved my reading experience. Because it's a long-ass book, and I was originally listening to it on I was listening to it on double speed, but it was still kind of slow. And then I went, screw it, I can hear them fine, I'm gonna go up to 2.5, and then everything was much better. And the other book I finished was Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. Oh my god, it was amazing. I loved all the different tie-ins to Daughter of Smoke and Bone, that trilogy. Like they obviously exist in the same broader universe. And the implications it has for future books. Oh, it's just such a wonderful story. I loved it so much. I think maybe it was a little less strong than the first book, but only because the first book relied heavily on the mystery, and because this was the solve everything book, that atmosphere kind of wasn't fully there. But like that's a half-star drop, if that. So it's like a 4.75 kind of deal. I still loved it. I still adored it. I love all these characters. Even though everything kind of ties up in a neat happy bow, I don't even care. Sorry, that's probably a spoiler. I'll put a I'm trying to remember to put a spoiler alert. So what am I reading now? I am reading an audiobook, a book not for the Readathon, because I don't have any more audiobooks for the Readathon, because it's only a 5-book Readathon, and that is Sadie by Courtney Summers. I'm enjoying this immensely. Oh, it's short, but I honestly like Unputdownable. It is so good so far, and I've like only read like a couple of hours, if that. And then on the physical book front, I'm going to be picking up my manga today. So I'm going to be reading Kimi ni Todoke From Me to You at some point. Probably I'll read that first, I think, and then also Blue Exorcist. Hopefully I can get through both of these today, would be ideal. And then I can read City of Ghosts tomorrow and finish it on the weekend. I do have to clean my house on the weekend. It's kind of a busy weekend. But it is a short book, so I'm very confident I can finish it. So anyway, I'm going to keep getting ready. I've got a interesting work day. We've got an event today, so I have to leave the house a little early, so I better keep going and get ready. So I finished work early today. Well, I mean, technically I have something else to do with work once I get home. But I had an event thing this morning and that's over, so I am running some errands. I'm about to go into the library right behind me and then the bookstore over there before I go to the supermarket and run my car through the car wash. And then I'll do a book haul when I get home before I do that little bit of work. I also really badly need to edit some videos, so I should do that too. So I'm just about to get some frozen Coke from the drive-thru. Hi, can I please get a frozen vanilla Coke, thanks?
So a vanilla Coke's not working, it's got frozen Coke but with raspberry.
Can I do a half of normal Coke and raspberry?
Yeah, for sure. Anything else?
No, that's all good, thank you.
Okay, $1, drive around.
Thank you. And then I'm going to go through the car wash, which is just on here. So let me show you what I picked up. So at the library, I picked up volumes 1, 2, 4, and 5 of Lumberjanes. I didn't get 3 because it's still pending in its branch transfer. It's on its way. But I picked up 1, 2, 4, and 5. I'm hoping to read at least 1 and 2 this month and then the rest next month. But there is up to like 9 out, I think. That's the first thing. Then we have the books I bought. So ended up buying 5 books. I went for 3. And I came out with 5, of course. So first I picked up And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness and Ravina Kai. This is apparently a very fast read with lots of pictures that is like Moby Dick from the point of view of the whale, I think. I'm hoping to read this in one sitting this month. I think it'll be a fun, spoopy time, not like dark time. Not a fun spoopy, a dark spoopy. So yes, I have that. Then we picked up the one that I was originally very much intending not to buy and had been like, oh, I don't care about that. But I heard a couple of people talk about it like recently and like could not get the idea out of my head. And that is Dry by Neil Shusterman and Jared Shusterman. And this is like a drought apocalypse. And Neil Shusterman does apocalypse so well. So I love Scythe.
So I decided I better, you know, originally I was like, that doesn't appeal to me, droughts aren't my thing. But somebody said it was really creepy and really intense, and then I went, oh, fine. Okay, imagination, let's go, let's do it. Another one that I didn't realize I was going to pick, the other one I didn't realize I was going to pick up today, but was very much planning on picking up in the near future, I just didn't realize it was out yet, is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. This I'll be reading next month. I love Becky Albertalli's stuff. I've read The Upside of Unrequited, and I've seen the movie for Love, Simon, but it's on my TBR ready to read, and once I've read that, I'll read later on the offbeat. But I really enjoy her writing, and I've always been interested in Adam Silvera's books. I just haven't read any of them yet, so I was definitely keen to pick this up and give it a go. Also, back in the day, I wrote a lot of meet cute male fanfiction because I was that kind of teen. And now I live with my boyfriend and his boyfriend. So really, I think this is going to be the cutest little meet cute. It's just, I'm so excited. It is the kind of thing I would have written in my day, and I think it's going to be fabulous. Then the two books I actually went for, I went for the Patrick Ness book and for these two books. So we also have Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa, which is another new release. All of these are new releases. And this is a Japanese-inspired YA fantasy. I can't remember what originally drew me to it. Demons, samurai, shapeshifters. It seems right up my thing. Julie Kagawa, I really want to read the Talon series. And I have the first two, but I haven't read them yet. But this looks so good, and I'm going to force myself to read it next month. And finally, we have the sequel to the thing. So this is the sequel that I picked up. This is Two Dark Reigns by Kenda Blake, which is the sequel to Three Dark Crowns and One Dark Throne, which I loved both of those, and I'm really excited to pick this up. This is not the final one. It's just the third one, which I was hoping it would be the final one because I'm ready for it to be done and for me to finish something. Finally finish a goddamn series. But anyway, hopefully I really like this, and this will be read this month, hopefully, if I actually get through my kind of ambitious TBR. So those are the things I got. I had to do a little bit of work still, which I'm going to do and read while I do that, because it's a half my brain job, not an all my brain job. And then I'm going to edit some videos and then cook some dinner and have a relaxing night. So I will talk to you later. So I have just finished my worky bit stuff I had to do from home this afternoon, and a frozen Coke. And I finished in that time Kimi to Doki From Me to You Volume 1 by Karu Hoshina. This was for Victim Sempra, a book that'll tickle you the right way. I was hoping this would be a cute, fluffy contemporary, but it was too fluffy for my tastes. And my biggest problem with it was that I had a hard time following the art style. But anyway, we now have 3 credit points down now. So 3 extra credits. So that is my next book finished for the readathon. I also am still reading Sadie, which isn't for the readathon, but I'm reading it on audiobook and really enjoying it still. And I have to edit some videos. But then I have just also started Blue Exorcist, which is for Lumos. So I'll be continuing this tonight and hopefully finishing it, and then I'll start City of Ghosts. But right now I'm going to edit some videos. So I just finished Blue Exorcist, and so this was for Lumos. So this is my 4th book down for the readathon, so I'm almost done, and it's only Thursday. There's still 3 more days after today. Anyway, I'm going to book my bookmark in City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which is my final challenge book. And then I'm going to go buy some chips and play some Mario Party because it's a relaxing time. I want to get started on this tonight, but we'll see how far I get through. I'm about to go to bed, but I just want to let you know that I started City of Ghosts tonight. I did also play a lot of Mario Party. But I am 100 pages in. Obviously, this is middle grade, so it like flies. The pages just fly past. But so I'm now 100 pages into this. It's only 280 pages, but I do have a busy day tomorrow. I'm hopeful I can finish this tomorrow, which is Friday. But we'll see how I go. But this is my last read to complete all 5 challenges of the Readathon. So if this takes me into Saturday, that's fine. I also would like, if it all goes according to plan, to finish the Sadie audio book before the end of the week. And a couple of other things. I'm 75% of the way through The Sisters of the Winter Wood by Rena Rossner, which I put down for Muse of Nightmares because actually I put it down to get on the plane home because I was a decent chunk through it and I didn't want to finish it too early on the flight kind of thing. And I only wanted, like, I packed a book that I hadn't started at all yet. Ended up reading basically 2 whole books on the flight. And then I read a little bit more of it and then picked up Muse of Nightmares for the Readathon. So I'm hoping to finish that by the end of the week, hopefully. I got a free copy of Tales of the Peculiar with when I bought Map of Days, which I did earlier in the week. I think I talked about that. And I read Tales of the Peculiar, but it has 1 extra story. So I'm going to reread. I'm just going to read that story and flick through the pictures. I'm looking at my little stack over there. And if The Land I Lost by Cassandra Clare and Sarah Reese Brennan finally becomes available on the Australian store because it's just not up on the iTunes store. As soon as that becomes available, I want to read that, and hopefully I could read that this weekend too. Lots of short things. And if all of that miraculously happens, I also have a couple of short stories in the anthology I'm reading, and also And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness and Ravina Kai. It's very ambitious, but this can carry into next week, I guess. And then next week, I have a new book I really want to start. Oh, I'm so excited for Spook Month. This is the best reading month. I'm so happy. Good morning. It is a Friday morning. I just finished getting ready for work, but I have to wait a minute because Jesse's parked behind me. Today's kind of a busy day, but I'm hopeful to get some reading done. I have City of Ghosts in my book sleeve with me. I'm going to read a little bit right now while I wait for him. And I might get a chance to read during the workday. Otherwise, maybe a little bit in the afternoon, but I've got a trivia event for work that we're all going to tonight. And I don't know how late that'll run. So we'll see. We'll see how much I get read today. I'm hopeful to get a good, 100 pages of this took me not long. So if I can get another 100 pages read today and I'll only have a little bit left, that would be swell. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so I know it's not technically a challenge read, but I just finished Sadie by Courtney Summers. It is currently midday-ish Saturday. I'm cleaning the house because we have an inspection this week. And I was listening to the audiobook while I was cleaning's the word. And oh my God, it was amazing. Oh, it was so good. Heartbreaking. Ambiguous ending. But it was so good. So good. So it's another book read for the Readathon, even though it's not technically a challenge read, but I read it. I'm going to start Deathless on audiobook now by Catherine M. Valente, which I've heard is amazing but weird. So I'm going to start that because I need an audiobook, and I'm waiting for my Audible credit to rack over so I can get Lady Midnight for my Cassandra Clare reread. I'm still working on City of Ghosts, but obviously I can't read a physical book while cleaning, so I'll read that again some more later. So, yeah. So, a quick reading update. Today, and actually all weekend will be, but tomorrow especially, but it started today. It's been a bit of an all over the place reading. So I finished Sadie earlier today, which I talked about. I started Deathless by Catherine M. Valente. It's my next audiobook. I'm a little bit into that. I finished City of Ghosts, but I've already put it away. I can't be really grabbing it out. It was amazing. Middle grade fun. Loved it. Nothing beautiful or lyrical or anything, but just like a great time. It was a fun time, and I really would love to continue on with this series. I think it will be an amazing series. That was for the challenge. That was the first book in a series. I can't remember what spell it is. Alohomora? Alohomora. Then I read a story in 1,000 Endings and Beginnings, Beginnings and Endings, edited by Ellen O. and Elsie Chapman, which is my current anthology read, so I kind of read a little bit of it all month. I'm hoping to get this finished over the weekend, actually. And I read a story called Spear Carrier by Rahul Kanakia, and I was not a fan. It's kind of a futuristic magical realism kind of story based on the big Indian epic, and it's like tied to mythology was good, but the story itself was not compelling to me, so I gave it like a 2 stars. I also have read a couple of chapters more of what I was currently reading before the readathon started, which was the Sisters of the Winter Wood. I'm almost done with this. I'm like 80 pages from, no, more like 60 now pages from the end. And this is half told in verse, so this will fly by really fast tomorrow, but I'm going to go to bed for now. So tomorrow my plan is to finish this, finish this, which I have 5 stories left, and they're shorter ones. I also have the ebook, oh, I just whacked myself in the face, for The Land I Lost, which is the 7th Ghost of the Shadow Market novella by Cassie Clare. And if I get through all that, I also have a story in Tales of the Peculiar to read. I picked up, when I bought Map of Days, I got a free copy of Tales of the Peculiar, which I already owned, but this is the new edition. It has an extra story, so I want to read that extra story. And if I get through all that, I'd love to read And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness and Ravina Kai. So that's like my weekend plans. It's now Saturday night. I do also have to do quite a bit of cleaning tomorrow, and I have work. I'm currently at work. I have work in the morning and in the afternoon, and then cleaning in between that. So I don't know if I'll actually get through all of these. If I could get through all of that I just said by the end of Monday, I would be so happy, because my next read after I've done all that is Sword Kill Girls by Claire Legrand, which I'm so excited for. But I want to get all these little like not niggly, but little things out of the way, like finishing off a thing and reading some little books. So we'll see how I go. But yes, I wanted to let you know I've technically now finished all 5 challenges for the readathon, and I'm very happy with myself, and we'll see how much extra I get read before the end of the week.
Oh man, sorry, it is now Monday and I forgot to wrap up this video last night. I escaped into bed and forgot all about it. So, what happened yesterday? Because yesterday really is where things went downhill on the vlogging front. I mean, it's been downhill the whole time, but like really downhill. So what did I do yesterday?
Yesterday I got home from work. Had read a tiny little bit of Sisters of the Winter Wood, but only like a couple of chapters while I was at work. And then we cleaned the house, had a McDonald's breakfast and cleaned the house, finished doing our cleaning, and then we played some Mario Party. And in that time, I think it was in that time, I finished Sisters of the Winter Wood, and also read a good chunk of Deathless. Sisters of the Winter Wood, which really I only read like the last 60 pages in this week, because I'd already read most of it before the readathon started. For me was a like 3-star read, 3.5 star. Wasn't bad, but was lacking something. It follows these two sisters in like a Ukraine, Romania kind of inspired setting. They're Jewish in a Jewish town, and it's at the start of pogroms and things like that. So it's dealing with a lot of racial issues, religious, anti-Semitic issues, and also they find out quite early on that one of them their dad and his whole family and one of the girls can turn into a bear, and their mother and the other girls the other sister can turn into a swan, and it's a big like family dynamic. And then so there's that going on, but then it's also kind of a retelling of the goblin market, with like the like if you eat the fruit you get taken to like feed their garden or whatever. And so there's a lot of things going on. The other interesting thing about this is that one sister's point of view is told in prose and one sister's point of view is told in verse, which made for a fast read, because obviously first goes fast by very fast. And I liked both point of views, I guess, but I think the prose sections had a weird voice that I was not that into. It was very blunt, I think. I guess to contrast from this like lyrical prose, but it wasn't even the most lyrical verse, but it wasn't even the most lyrical of verse. I don't even. It was fine. It was just nothing amazing. The story was what carried this, not the writing. And it was a decent story, but there was a lot of like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and the same thing seemed to be happening over and over again, and no one was learning from their decisions until like in the last 10 pages. And you see, I didn't hate it because I had a fun time reading it. Like, it wasn't bad. I just had some problems. It just was not perfect for me. So yeah, I gave it like 3 stars. It's got a gorgeous cover though. I'll insert it here because I can't bother reaching over to grab it. It's gorgeous. But I finished that finally. I also read a story in 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, which I will grab because that's even closer to me. That's it here. This is the anthology I'm currently reading. I'm like 70% of the way through. So I also read a couple of stories in here. I think I read 2 over the last like 2 days. And then I started The Land I Lost by Cassie Clare and Sarah Reese Brennan. I'm like 75% of the way through. But then again, this is a ridiculously long novella. I went back to work reading that. And then when I got home, I was still reading that. And I am still reading that. And then when I got home, we watched this weird Netflix show. I think it's called The Curious Creations of Christine McConnell. It's like an M-rated cooking show with puppets. It's kind of great. Very Halloween-y. If you're into if you want a cooking show for Halloween, watch Christine McConnell. It was funny. Not in like a scary Halloween way, in a silly Halloween way. It was good. But yes, today my mission is to finish both of those things I just talked about. So The Land I Lost and that anthology. That would be amazing, but I do have work. Like I'm here, getting ready for work. But anyway, that's the end of the readathon. I don't need to tell you what my reading plans for the next week are. Hell, this is a readathon wrap up. So I will do another clip potentially tonight, actually, like showing you the books I read. But I won't do that right now because I got to get ready for work. So thank you. This was the Sunday update.